on this. You're not starting over. You're starting from experience. And that might be one of the biggest lies we've been sold about midlife. Because every time someone changes careers at 45, starts a business at 52, becomes a real estate agent, or goes back to school at 60, leaves a relationship, writes a book, or reinvents themselves in some way, people say the same thing. Wow, you're starting over. No, they're not. Today, I want to talk about why that phrase, if you couldn't tell, bothers me so much. So welcome back to Sip on This, the show where we talk about life, careers, relationships, and finding clarity in the middle of change. If this is your first time joining me, then welcome. I'm your host, Deirdre Haggerty. I'm an ICF certified coach and the founder of Coaching with Ms. D, which offers life, relationship, and career coaching to help you align your values and vision for life. I am so excited you're joining me today to have a conversation, coffee or tea in hand, as we chat about life, careers, relationships, and all the little things that can shape who we are. I won't lecture you or tell you what to do. It's just the two of us in a coffee shop chatting about topics that make us laugh or drive us nuts, like people being amazed over your lived life. And while I say I'm a second act career coach, second act life coach, I believe I am probably in my 15th act because they're chapters in a very long story. And while 58 might seem long to some, I'm still going. My story's still being written, and these acts are just chapters. So if you've ever felt like you're behind or too old, too late, or wondering if you've missed your chance, this episode is for you. So let's talk about it. I think one of the reasons people struggle so much with change later in life is because they believe they're starting from zero. They look at someone younger, someone they might mistake for having fewer responsibilities. Because, let's face it, we should never judge what someone is dealing with. Or someone who seems further ahead and has it all together. And they think, well, I should have done this years ago. Maybe. But you didn't. Maybe you couldn't. Maybe you were truly happy with what you were doing at the time. That's okay. There are no regrets. Today is a great day to start. It's like the Chinese proverb. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Because the version of you sitting here today is not the version of you that existed 20 years ago. Now, you have experience. You have wisdom. You have perspective. You have survived many things. You've learned things. You've failed. You've recovered. You've adapted. And that is all that matters. You are a sturdy tree that survived the storms. When I became a coach, I wasn't 20 years old, fresh out of college. I brought decades of experience with me. I brought education. I have my master's in English. I went for my bachelor's. I majored in psychology. I got certified to coach. Vastly different from my master's in English, somewhat related to psychology, even though I tell everybody I'm not a therapist. I brought leadership experience as an executive director and a manager and a business owner. I brought my business ownership. I brought relationships. I've been married for a very, very long time, but I've also had failed friendships that I've let go. That happens. I've brought my parenting experience. I have 4 amazing sons from 20 to 32. I've brought grief, unbelievable grief. But we all experience it in some way or another. I've brought success. I've brought failure. Every chapter of my life comes with me. I'm still creating new chapters. Nothing was wasted. And the same is true for you. I think the problem is that society celebrates beginnings. A new marriage, a new baby, graduation from high school, graduation from college. And then what? Then we die? No. It doesn't always celebrate reinvention because something happens along the way. And even though we've been taught to pick a path, to stay on the path, to climb the ladder, to stay the course. And if we change directions, it makes other people nervous. It might not make you nervous, but it makes other people around you nervous. Sometimes we get nervous. Sometimes we have no choice. Sometimes you may find out AI is going to take over your job in a year, and you maybe now have a year to prepare for that. Of course, you're going to be nervous, especially if you're a little older, and that has been what supported you and your family for so long. I get it. As a mom, the worst thing I think you can ask your child at age 5 or 10 or whatever is, what do you want to be when you grow up? They don't know. Their brains aren't fully developed until their mid-20s. And then somewhere, maybe like 30 or 40 or even later, you're thinking, wait, what am I doing? I did this. I did the path that I was told to do. I did the path that I thought I should do. And now it's, what am I doing? I totally get that. But here's what I know after working with so many people navigating transitions. The second, third, or fourth, or even the 15th act is often where the best work happens because you're no longer chasing someone else's definition of success. You're finally asking yourself, what do I want? That's a very different question. Not what do my kids need, not what's going to make my relationship work, not how can I make my marriage work. What do I want? What do you want? Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Many of us have spent years doing what was expected. Building careers, raising families, meeting obligations, checking boxes. Then one day we realize we wake up and say, I don't know if this still fits. And that realization can create shame, maybe for some people. Maybe people are like, oh, well, you know what? I should just be grateful. Okay. Yes. Be grateful, but it's okay to want something different. Or they'll say, I'm too old. It's too late. I missed my chance. But what if that's not true? What if this chapter of your life isn't evidence that you're behind? What if it's evidence that you're evolving? Little breadcrumbs from the universe. It's just a chapter. The story did not end yet. So think about it. Would you really want to be the exact same person you were at 25? Hell no, I would not. I was an asshole. That just woke my husband up. He was sleeping. Now I know more. Now I understand more. And I trust myself more. And while I don't know everything, I certainly don't know everything. I think now at 58, I know I don't know everything. At 25, I thought I knew everything. Now I know enough to recognize what no longer belongs in my life. That's growth. Starting over, it suggests you've lost everything. It doesn't. Reinvention suggests you're building on everything, on that foundation of years. Those are very different mindsets. One creates fear, the other creates possibility. I just saw a Substack post, a note where somebody said, is there anybody here who's, got to midlife and their life before them didn't destroy them? And I was like, me. Yeah, I had hard times, but all of those things brought me here. And I am grateful for every one of them, every single one of them. So that's possibility. If you're sitting there wondering whether it's too late to make change, whether it's too late to write the book, it's not. Yes, it takes a couple of years to write a book. I have been writing my novel for the past now 2.5 years. I'm working on the second edition of my cosmetology guide, and my novel is Sinfully Delicious. Well, I'm coming out right now as my alter ego, Coco DeMille. That has taken me almost 3 years. I'm almost done reading the full manuscript. It's about 400 pages. And then I'm going back to my second round of edits. It's writing the book. It's putting my soul into it. It's editing it. You have to do the work. It's going to take the time, but it's not too late. Maybe start the business. Do it. I did it. I'm doing it. Leave the job. Done. I've done it. I knew it wasn't good for me. Go back to school. I mentioned my master's. I did that at the age of 50. Become who you've always wanted to be. An owner of donkeys. So what does that even mean? People might have been like, what is she talking about? I mentioned that in my social clip. Well, truth be told, I am obsessed with Netflix, the 4 seasons. We just watched the whole episode of season 2. Watch it. You will totally get the donkeys reference. It's about people, midlife, starting over, changing. It's okay. You're not starting over. You're just building on your foundation. So I want you to hear this. Again, I'm going to say this again. You're not starting over. You're starting from experience. And experience is one of the most valuable assets you'll ever have. Whether it has been as a parent, a caregiver, a baseball coach, a dance mom, PTA president, or an executive, your experience matters. And yes, I kind of was all those things. This is the work I do every day with my coaching clients. Helping people stop seeing themselves as behind and start seeing themselves as prepared. Helping them recognize that their story did not disqualify them. It equipped them. Your second act, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 15th, isn't a restart. It's a continuation. A wiser one, a more intentional one, a more authentic one, strong and sturdy like a tree. And maybe that's exactly what this chapter is supposed to be. Sip on that. And one more thing. Before you go, I am so excited about this. If these conversations resonate with you and you've been wishing for a space to talk about what some of this is in real time, I want to invite you to something new. Coffee with Miss D. A free monthly Zoom gathering for women navigating change, reinvention, relationships, career transitions, and discovering what comes next. No pressure. It is free. Not perfect answers. Just real conversation, reflection, connection. And if you wanted that next step, I will be there. So grab your coffee. Please join me. You can register at coachingwithmissd.com. I would love to see you there. Please share with someone who might need a coach today. And also like, subscribe, and visit Coaching with Miss D for more resources. Until next time, keep sipping. And remember, it is never too late to live your life as your authentic self, your version, no one else's.